Hello guys, hello everyone, salut, Daniel here. The topic of the day is about custom nodes. Alright, so it's the nodes that you can find on Substance Share, for example, generally around the filters and effects section. And here on Substance Share, they are all free to download, so it's a really great resource. If you need anything, you can try to search for it. There's a good chance that you will find something close or very interesting. So yeah, Substance Share is your first source for custom nodes. Then once you have a node, a custom node, whether you bought it, you took it from free, or you made it by yourself, you need to access it very easily. So you press enter and you can type the node that you want. So for example, I need to do something and I need some cells. So I know that I have a node called cellular fractal, and here it is, and you can use it directly. So how do you tell Substance Designer where the nodes are located? Well, it's very easy. First, you just need to create a new folder where you need your nodes. Sorry, so custom nodes. I already have one, so I don't want to create this one. So once you have your folder, you can copy and paste. You can paste all your nodes. You may have only one or several, and then you just need to tell Substance Designer where those nodes are located. So it's under Edit, Preferences. Then, so as you can see on the left, you have several sections. You go to Project, Library, and you can add a path here. So that's what I did. So you just need to click on the plus, and you can just go to your folder and select it. And that's about it, actually. Then once your path is here, you press apply, OK, and you can totally select any node, any custom node that you want. So, for example, I would like to select this one, filter, dilation, or erosion. So I press enter, dilation or erosion. That's it. What you could also do, and it's here on the left, you could create in your library a folder. You just have to click on it, you name it, like I did here, custom nodes, and to tell Substance Designer where the nodes actually are, you can create a new filter. So for example, I will remove this one, and I will create a new filter. In the base name, I want to select URL, and here you just have to copy and paste the path to your nodes. And that's it. So now, every time you go to custom nodes, you will see your custom nodes here, thanks to your filter. Well, I hope that it's clear enough. It's quite simple, but know that this second step is not mandatory if you want to access your node just by pressing enter. That's pretty cool. So that's the first step. Then I will present to you the nodes that I use the most frequently. Can start, so not by the edge detect, but with the fine edge detect, and we'll try to see the difference. I don't know, maybe anisotropic noise. So that's nice because here we can really see a difference. It's not the same treatment at all, not the same algorithm. So we can actually get a pretty interesting result with the fine edge detect compared to the classic and standard edge detect. So that's why I like to have it. It is sometimes useful. Okay, let's move on to this one, the Pixellate Grayscale or color also. And usually I like to use this one to try to extract from a color map like a basic, very condensed and reduced color palette. So I think I will try to import a bitmap to see that in effect. So I have some scans here. Can drop it here. I think I want to maybe increase the saturation. So I can use a HSL node to do that. Try to get more color out of it. And now let's try to make use of this pixelate to see what it's going to give us. So it's an easy way actually to just drop the resolution of the picture. It's a way to play very easily with the resolution of the picture. But I like to use it as a way to have a very simple and compact color palette based on a bitmap. Okay, that's it for the pixelate. Now it's time to try to see what this one does. Dilation or erosion. So for example, I have a noise. Let's say I have this kind of noise. I like the dilation or erosion to work with rocks, debris, maybe glass, or yeah, when you want to add an organic touch to a texture that you're making, the dilation or erosion is quite cool. So let's try to see what it does. So this one, yeah, it does exactly what it says. He's going to expand the lighter values toward the edges. The erosion kind of does the opposite, actually. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this one is the advanced normals to roughness. Okay, so it's quite easy to use. Let's use this one, for example. Let's say that this is our roughness map. We just try to invert it. So this node takes your roughness. My roughness is here. Oh, it was already inverted. Okay. Yeah, so because this setup that I have here is very close to the setup made by Daniel Tiger. It's a free setup that you can find on his Gumroad. So it's just a way that when you start a new substance, like for example here, you can, if it's a setup that you made, you can find it in the graph template list, and it comes with all the outputs ready to go. So with the normals, with the ambient occlusion, and with this blend node that connects the outputs to your work here. So that's very nice to have a setup like this. You gain time at the beginning of your texture. So in this case, with this advanced normals to roughness, we need a normal, the height map, and the roughness. Okay. So the normal is here, the height it's this one, and the roughness is this invert here. And then you just need to plug it in to your roughness slot. And it's just a way, if you can compare this roughness to this one, it's just a way to have something a bit finer and more realistic actually. It's subtle, but I like to use it now in my workflow to get a better roughness at the end of the day. So yeah, that's cool. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not spending too much time on the nodes. I just want to present them to you very basically, and then it's up to you to see if you want to use them or not. Most of them are free, some you need to pay for, but usually the generators or custom nodes are relatively cheap for the service they offer. So that's kind of cool. Okay, now we have the mask generator. This one is made by the legend, Josh Lynch, of course. I don't use this one too much because I kind of like making my own masks, but I did use it once and it's quite powerful, I must say. I can try to keep working on this one, for example. So for more readability, let's do this, because what we want here is just to see what's happening in the mask generator. I'm using OpenGL for the normal map actually. In Edit Preferences, the default normal map format is OpenGL in my case. Usually it's because I work at my studio, we work with Unity and it's the correct normal orientation. So yeah, I work with OpenGL. But of course, I think in Unreal you have to switch to DirectX or you need to invert the green channel, the y-axis. Okay. Here, as we can see, is asking for the normal map. Okay, no problem. Let's try to increase the intensity. So that's nice with this mask generator is that it is not asking you for curvature, position, or the height and the normal. It's just asking for the normal map, which is nice. And here you have presets. You can get really strange stuff actually. It's very nice. Some effects that you get with this one are quite surprising. I really like it. I think I'm gonna use it more and more in my workflow. I just need to integrate it, but I think it can be extremely powerful. Next one is the Bruno Caustics by Bruno Fonseca. Yeah, I like to use this one generally in a stylized workflow, and usually it's just to create water, but I guess you can like find other cases, other uses for it. It's a really nice one. I think you could use this one also to make cracks. think it could be a way to have very big cracks. Not the finer ones, but something quite convincing. Okay, so that's it for the Bruno Caustics. Let's move on to the 5-point curve. So this one is made by Bruno Caustics. To me, it's just maybe a bit simpler version of the curve drawing system by Ilya Kuzmichev here. I made several videos, I think at least a two-part video about this one. It's a really powerful system. It's really great. This one, the nodes made by Bruno Caustics are a bit simpler to use, but in most cases that's enough, and it's very simple to use. So you just need a shape, for example, paraboloid shape. You plug it in, and then you have a curve. So it's really good for making, I would say, ornaments. You can create cool ornaments pretty quickly and very easily. You just need a shape, you plug it in, and that's it. So you can totally change the aspect of the curve with these points. And you can make several of them, combine them, and you can get like some veins in a leaf, for example, or just architectural ornaments. It's up to you. So yeah, this one by Bruno Caustics, don't hesitate to take it. It's a really good one. Actually, we can have symmetry also. Pretty cool. Next one in the list is the Perspective Warp Grayscale by Corey. And I think I found this one on Substance. I don't remember exactly. Let's see, let's try with this thing here. Oh, we could also just try with the paraboloid shape here. And this is what I made in my tests. So yeah, this one is pretty cool to take any shape and squeeze it at the top, for example, like if I take a square. Yeah, as you can see. I think it could be very useful in if you want to make art surface. You need to shape like this. You don't need that way. With this, you don't need to subtract anything. Just use this node and you can create pretty cool shapes relatively easily. So that was it for the Perspective Warp Grayscale. Now we have, well, let's see, 4 more nodes to go. So this one is the Multiblend Grayscale Advanced. It's a way to combine blend nodes, a series of blend nodes inside a single node. So if I want to blend, let's say, these 3 shapes here, usually I would go like this. I take a blend node here. Okay. Then I want to subtract this shape from this one, so I'm using another blend. So yeah, you need two blend nodes. With this one, you just need this one, just one node. And here the subtract. Okay. Thing is here we have subtracting this shape from the result of what we have here, whereas in this case it's only subtracting this shape from this one and not from this one also. So as you can see, it's a bit different. Now we have the Dete clamp. So Daniel, Tiger, let's see what that does. I've never used it. Oh, it could be cool. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think this is extremely useful for art surface. So I think basically it takes a shape in entry and it expands it in the direction that you want. So if I do something like this, I already have a square like this. Cool. It could be very useful in certain cases. Now we have the duplicator node. Okay. So once again, I have these two shapes. So if I try to plug in this one, oh, nice. So we can duplicate this up to 16 times. Can we say 32? No, 16. Nice. Let's just enter 2 just for our testing. That's pretty cool. Okay, I see. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, it duplicates your shape. Apparently, you cannot really position the stuff where you want, but could be nice. I don't really see the difference for now with tile sampler, for example, but I think it's a bit more interesting than that. Yeah, you can create some specific shapes. Okay, let's try the last one of our list for today. It will be a tutorial that is long enough. So this one is the pattern placer. So you need a pattern like this. Let's say not maybe, yeah, just three. Very cool. So you know the numbers. Let's try to scale this one down. And yeah, so for example, imagine that you have planks and you have like screws or nails that you want to put into your planks. So with this thing, it's really easy. So for example, I would like 3 nails at the top of the picture, top of the frame, and 3 at the bottom. So I would say 6. I could do something like this. If you need to know, if you need to be organized, you can show the numbers. So this one should go here, this one here, this one here. Okay, we can snap. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty nice, actually. So once again, here in this case, you don't need 5 blend nodes to do this. Just one node, and it's very clean, so it will help keep your graph organized and very readable. Well, I think that's it for the most common custom nodes that I used. I showed them how to use them in Substance Designer, how to tell the software where they are located, how you can easily select them and use them. With this kind of nodes, this should be standard. This should come by default, but that's all right. If you have other nodes that you find very useful and interesting, please share them in the comment section. And if you have questions or anything, yeah, you can always ask them. This topic was suggested by one of my subscribers very recently. So yeah, so I decided to make a video about it. In that sense, I'm really happy to share what I use on a daily basis. Thanks for watching and see you very soon. Bye bye.